Hello friends, it's an honor to once again welcome you back to Rick's Garage. The vehicle you see here before you belongs to a family member. It may look somewhat familiar. I've posted several videos on it over the past couple of years. The car comes into the garage with the complaint that the steering wheel is shaking as it's driven down the road. I had another car come in earlier this year with a similar problem. The complaint was it was shaking as it went down the road, but it was coming from the rear. Now, in both cases, the owners were quoted fairly hefty price tags for repair. In the case of this car here, it was suggested that she needed a drive axle, a CV joint. In the other car, it was suggested that the bushings were loose on the rear knuckle and that should be replaced. The other car was a Toyota Venza, and what you see before you is the steering knuckle. It goes for about $500, and the dealer wanted another $300 or $400 to install it. The problem was it had a bushing that was a little bit loose, and they don't supply these bushings. You have to buy the entire knuckle. It's another nice thing that Toyota does for you. So when I checked the car, yes, the bushing was a little bit of play in it, but not enough to cause the kind of shaking that they were getting as they went down the road. The same thing with my niece's Nissan. I checked the CV joints, and they were pretty tight. What I noticed is the car was shaking at all speeds. It didn't seem to be any different whether you were taking a corner or going straight. Usually if you got a bad CV joint, it'll make more noise as you take a sharp corner. The other thing that I thought possibly maybe a wheel was out of balance, but if you had a wheel that's out of balance or a rim that's slightly bent, that's going to show up at much higher speeds. Say over 55 miles an hour, the steering wheel would shake. This car was shaking at all speeds. Even 10 miles an hour, you could feel the wheels shaking. So I thought possibly there might be some problem with the tire itself, as was the case with the Toyota Venza that came in. Yes, it did have a bushing that was a little bit of play in it. But what I found in both cases were the belts were bad on the radial tires. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So friends, here is the problem. I'm not sure how well you can see this on camera, but there's a big bulge right here. And that was what was causing the wheel to shake on this particular car. And it had a similar problem on the Toyota. One of the back wheels had a similar bulge. I think what happens here is the belt gets separated. And then it's further complicated because the tire itself is down to the wear bars, making the wall here a little thin. And so, like I said, I'm not sure how well you can see this, but if I run a flat edge along here, you can see it gets stuck right there, and then I have to lift it up. As you can see that this bulge is quite a bit higher than the rest of the tire. And that was causing your steering wheel to shake at all speeds. It really wasn't anything wrong with the car itself, it was just a bad tire. And that was the case with the Toyota I had worked on. Yes, the guy did have a bushing with a little bit of play, but all the bouncing and rumbling that he was experiencing from the rear was coming from a tire that was bulged out similar to this. So I just want to say that the purpose of this video, if you are experiencing shaking at all speeds, before you go to an expensive repair, check your tires, make sure that you don't have a bulge in one of them. So that's all I've got here at Rick's Garage. I want to thank you once again for watching. Before I go, I will post two videos to your left. If you find either of interest, feel free to click on one or the other. And to your right, I will post a picture of my trusty German Shepherd, my avatar. Feel free to click on that if you wish to subscribe. So I want to thank you once again for watching, and we hope to see you again really, really soon.